let's look at how to solve question 6. Question 6 is about the map of 4 towns, namely A, B, C, D. First question, how many roads linked or connect A and B? If you look at the diagram, there are 2 roads that link between A and C, so the answer here will be 2. Nancy lives in town B, so can she return to her town without having passed through any other town? So in this case, if you look at that, Nancy can actually go back to town B. So what is this? This is actually a loop. What is a loop? A loop is where a vertex is connected to itself. So the answer for the B will be yes. Because there is a loop at B point. Now let's look at C. You're supposed to draw a graph representing the map, and if you observe that there are 4 towns, namely A, B, C, D, represent that with a clear and visible nodes and label that with A, C, B, and D. You do the linking for pair of vertex or pair of town. Let's look at A and C. A and C is actually linked by 2 roads. So that means there are 2 edges that link between these 2 towns. Then we look at A and B. A and B again, there are 2 roads that link these 2 towns. Then we look at B and D. 1, 2, 3. So that means there are 3 towns here. Don't forget about B is linked to itself. So you have a loop here. Then we look at C and D. C and D is linked by a road. Then we look at A and D. A and D again, it is linked by a road. Then we look at B and C. B and C is actually linked by 2 roads. So you have 2 edges. Now for question D, Vivian lives in town A. Can she reach to her other friends without having to pass through other towns? So in this case, A is basically linked to A, B, C, D directly. So can she actually directly go to her friends without passing other towns? The answer yes. Since A is adjacent to every other vertex. Now let's look at E. Elena lives in town C, Vivian lives in town A. So Vivian wants to visit Elena, so she used this route. And Elena also wants to visit Vivian's, but they never cross paths. So she can take this road, right? So Vivian can actually take this road. So is it possible? Yes, because it's actually A and C is connected by more than 1 routes, which is the definition of multiple edges. So the answer is A and C. So this will be the answer for 6.